Hey everybody, and welcome to the Sunken World Saga. This is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition actual play live stream, where we have 4 groups of 4 player characters. Tonight we are going to be returning to the continued adventures of the A-Team. The A-Team are going to introduce themselves to you in a second, but before that I will give you a very brief reminder of what the A-Team has going on. You can catch up on their full adventures on our YouTube channel. But the A-Team have basically found themselves in the middle of a guild war between rival thieves guilds. They aren't necessarily going to be participating deeply in this feud. It's just that one of the guilds has the Chalice, an item of extreme import that the A-Team managed to secure from a priest who stole it with the intention of using it for the purpose that it was built for, which was to kill gods. So now they are trying to get the Chalice back so that no one else can have this power, no rogue agents. And they've just had a meeting with the Novum Gladii, the rival thieves guild to the Altum Vectus. The Altum Vectus are the guild who stole the Chalice from the party, and they are considering their next move. They had an offer, essentially, of 2 paths that they can take. They can either use their swordsman, Arden, in a contest, a duel contest, where each of the thieves guilds offers up a swords person, and they have a duel, and the winner of the duel for their particular guild, that grants certain privileges, certain rights, and the prize for the party for participating would be the return of the Chalice. The Novum Gladii have also offered to help with resources or men if the A-Team decides that they want to try to take the Chalice back by force, guile, or infiltration. But the plan has to, very important, the plan has to not be a bad plan for them to agree to go along with him. And the party is also considering, but they might not go through with it based on a few things that they learned. They are also considering asking the 3rd Thieves Guild of the city, the Cups, for aid. But that is where we left off. And I return the session to you. And everybody, it's... Oh wait, hold on, let's do the introductions. So first up, we're just going to go in the thumbnail order. We've got Ash.
Hi everybody, my name is Ian Donovan Highland. I am a boy from New York City who's doxing himself and forgot how to describe my character because it's been too long. I play Ash. He is a halfling warlock whose patron is a baby phoenix.
Mm-hmm. And Ash is a boy from Oilnacon.
That he is.
I thought that's what you were going to say, and I was so happy.
I was about to, and then I remembered, fuck, I forgot how to say that name.
After Ash, we have Arden.
Hi, I'm Logan Back. I play Arden, the half-elf swashbuckler with bad family issues.
And Arden, too. Then we have Aster. That was just a joke.
Hi, I am Connor Tolles, and I play Aster Snowborn, the kooky but lovable Circle of Dreams druid.
Right, and then we have Adira.
Hi, I'm Emmy, and I play Adir Singnotha, the cleric paladin of the A-Team.
Alright, and now it is time for us to return, so I give the stream over to you all. And it's Dungeons & Dragons time.
Yeah! Yeah! Hell yeah!
Alright. Actually, I have a question. Ben, did Cut Me On Throat say that he wouldn't work with the Cups?
Oh no, he said if you can convince the Cups to work with the Novum Gladii, he's more than happy to collaborate with them.
Yeah, because everybody basically just wants to get rid of the supernatural Thieves Guild, basically, right?
He would certainly love to not have to worry about the Ultim Vectus anymore.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Thanks for the clarification.
No problemo. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
And the half-orc guy has left already?
Yes, Piatra returned to the headquarters of the Nothingladi, which your characters now instinctively know how to find.
We asked him if he could get word to his lover, right?
I don't know. I don't remember.
I
You-
do believe that we did.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Okay.
We asked him to tell Iolanthe, like ask Iolanthe if there was like any easier way of infiltrating.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Do we have a way to, like, talk to him?
I have the feeling that they can talk to us.
Yeah.
He didn't give
Like-
you a magic conch shell or anything.
No, but like if he needs to find us, I'm pretty sure in this city they'll find us. Alright.
Oh no, did I give him a flower?
Yes, you definitely gave him a flower.
Yeah, you gave him a flower.
I'm pretty sure you gave almost everyone in that whole den a flower.
You didn't
like,
give Cut Me Own Throat Dastardly a flower, and you didn't give Bolivan the big handsome orc fella a flower.
Well, I was asleep in there, though. So
Yeah,
that-
yeah, that makes sense. That makes that tracks. That tracks.
that tracks.
How do you enter a man's guild and not give him a flower?
You come to
But
me
that
on this.
guard is really fond of you.
You come to me on this, the day my half-orc ward is to be married, and you don't even have the respect to give me a flower.
Oh, I didn't give him a... Should I go back and give him a flower?
We'll be seeing him again, so you can give him a flower then. Give him 2.
Oh, okay. So, like, what are we doing now?
I guess we're just walking back through the sewers, right? Trying to find our way out.
Yeah, at the moment, that's what you're doing.
Walking, talking.
We keep mentioning Tove and Bruna. I think we should maybe, I don't know, go see them and find
Yeah.
them.
Yeah, let's go find Tove and Bruna. In the meantime, as we're heading out, do we have to watch where we step now, Ben?
You, on the way out, you get the sense that the way out is not built to trigger traps. It's only the way in.
Okay.
And now that you have been
Esther?
here, you know
Esther.
how to avoid them.
This
Huh?
way.
Oh, I was asleep through here.
Yeah, what happened there? Why'd you fall asleep?
Adira's head was just really comfortable. She has a lot of hair.
Why, let's figure out exactly what we want to do. Because, I mean, we can always fall back on the duel. If that's something you're interested in, Arden. But I'm kind of feeling elaborate heist, and Ashley just points to each of them as he says it.
Sure.
Aster just smiles and gives a thumbs up.
I can always put on the less bulky armor.
But there's also the possibility that you wouldn't even need to change armor. You could be like, with an elaborate heist. Have y'all ever heard the story of the C6?
I could turn you into a thing.
Please don't turn me into a thing. No, I have not heard that story.
So it's this guy whose name is Danny C. And he got 6 other thieves together, and they each had like their own specialized skill. And one of them just was like really big and really strong. And they didn't end up using him for the sneaking in part of stuff. They like had this guy be both a distraction and like the muscle. And then like they had the one guy that was like really stealthy, who did all of the stealth parts of the mission. And then they had this wizard who was really smart, who did all of the technical magic side of the mission. And like maybe that's just what we need. Maybe we just need to like all figure out what our heist specialty is. Arden, you're like good at heists, right?
I would assume so.
I
I haven't done one yet, but I'm willing to learn.
What would Arden's thing be?
feel like he's the
What?
stealthy one, right?
Okay, but with a heist, wouldn't everyone want to be stealthy? Oh my god, where did he go? Okay. What would Astor's thing be then?
I could turn into a small thing and gather information.
That's actually a pretty good idea. Just to, even if we don't end up doing an elaborate heist, maybe that's something that we should just do, huh?
If you do that, I will. You may turn me into something. I will go with you.
I mean, I'm only going to turn you into something if you say it's okay to turn you into something.
Thank you for getting my permission.
Ben, I have a question about our not familiars, our soul bonds.
Yep.
Are we able to talk to them?
You're able to basically have an understanding with them. They can't, unless you have like an ability that lets you speak to animals. If you can, then you can have a full conversation. But there is like a level of understanding that you can have with them that you can't get with anything else, any other animal, unless you are speaking to them. In which case, it's just a conversation.
Would we be able to send, each of us able to send one of our soul bonds, basically to keep an eye on Astor and keep him on focus, if that were...
Feasibly, you could, yeah. But also keep in mind, I think he's the only one of you who can speak to animals. So he's the only one who would be able to convince them otherwise.
Guys,
But
I
the
know.
soul bonds are an extension of ourselves, so I feel like they would probably all be like,
No,
Master.
no, shut up.
Hey, I'm pretty charismatic. I could convince them. I know we're supposed to like be on this mission, but like, guys, do you see that over there? It's so pretty. Just a small detour. It's fine. I'll craft them all a flower.
So, Astor, you'd like stay focused, right?
Yeah.
You promise? Because it's kind of, again, the death of a god that we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty important, right?
Super important.
yes.
I'm gonna walk, and I'm gonna purposefully, or not purposely, but accidentally step in front of where I would get hit with a bolt again.
Yeah, you all do hear a click, but nothing happens.
Thank God.
Oh,
Not
wait. Okay.
inspiring a ton of confidence there, Baba.
Okay, so do you have any more talking you want to do at this juncture?
No, I would like to go try to find Tove and Bruna.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine, totally.
You leave the shop that you entered the sewers from, and you begin to walk about in the greater Seldomus, big old grid, and you walk around for a little bit, sort of aimlessly, looking for two northerners who sort of seem out of place. And then ahead of you, you see what looks like a street brawl. Basically, you see a bunch of kind of toughs. They're not exactly thieves, but they might be at home in a thieves' guild. And you can see that it basically looks like a big group are all converging on one person trying to fight them.
Is that Bruna?
Make a perception check.
I just want to know because...
I think you're still on my shoulders, by the way.
Oh, yeah, so do I get advantage for being so high?
Well, you're looking at someone who's lower than you now, so no.
Okay. 9?
That's a dwarf.
Oh, it's a dwarf.
Did you
Bruna's
point
a dwarf.
now? Can I also look?
Sure. I'm sorry. If you all get a little bit closer, Ash will
Ooh,
Ash
11.
will notice. It's a hill dwarf.
Adira,
Oh my God.
that looks like there's a dwarf over there that's getting mugged.
Oh no, Bruna's a dwarf. And Adira's gonna run with Ash on her shoulders and Asker in her arms.
I love how strong you are.
I don't think either of you are very heavy.
No.
Well, I think
I
you
don't-
put me down a minute ago.
I do want to also point out you've got Aster in your shoulders, Aster on your arms, Ash on your shoulders, and Spark is on Ash's head. So you've got like a little trail of like creatures.
Yeah, so as you all approach and you get closer, you can see that it is Bruna, your dwarven friend. On the ground on the road around her, you see there are like several daggers, and you can see that Bruna, along her forearms, there are several like deep gashes. But right now, she has one person in a headlock and is kind of spinning them around to keep other people off of her. And when the others get close, she is basically like either just grabbing them and sort of twisting their arm so that they get in the way of someone else, or she is just like kicking them.
I want to run up and just punch one of them.
Yeah, I want to just like bash one in the back of the head with the pommel of my rapier.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Green Flame Blade and cast and fucking try to hurt them badly.
Okay. Hey, let's all roll initiative.
20!
Nice.
15.
15. Y'all.
We have a little order.
You got a good little order there.
Alright, so hold on. Let me... 14... 20... 16... 15...
Almost the highest I could have rolled for initiative.
Good job. Good
This
work.
is one of the only times that I've ever been first in initiative as after.
Alright, well, Aster. Go off.
Yeah.
You're gonna throw a punch.
Yeah.
You're not proficient with unarmed strikes.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. So I don't know how do it. So it's just gonna be a D20.
Plus your strength.
Okay. Oh god, that's not good. So I'm just gonna roll a strength check. 5.
Alright, you throw a punch, and the woman who's in front of you just sort of is like lunging to try to hit Bruna. And so your hand just whiffs right past her.
And then as my bonus action, I am going to give a couple. I'm gonna give 3. How like does Bruno look like badly fucked up?
I mean, she has been slashed a few times, but like they're like dagger slashes. Like
So they're not like that bad.
she's gonna need to like do some stuff to him, or she could get like an infection. But that's pretty much it. It looks like if you had to place a number on it, it looks like she has lost less than 20 HP.
Okay, then I'm gonna give her 2 of my Fables of Energy,
Okay. You can.
and they're D6s, so 2d6s plus 2.
Uh, okay, she gets back 8 HP. Then next up, it is Ash. It is your turn.
I'm looking out mounted combat rules because I'm technically on Adira's shoulders.
Yeah.
Do I get like? Do you get anything from being on a horse in combat?
Only if you have the mounted combat feat. They could not make mounted combat work the way that it works in real life, because then D&D would just be a game where everyone's on a horse.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, I am within 5 feet on because I'm on Adira's shoulders. So I'm going to hit this man with Green Flame Blade, And do we get advantage on these attacks because they are attacking Bruna and we're kind of just running up on them?
Let's say this guy is not currently attacking, just like the one who Aster punched was not currently attacking, so they're able to. They heard you all approaching.
Can't cast at cantrip level. Yes. Wait. I've got a normal attack for that. What am I talking about? Green Flame Blade.
All right,
16 to hit?
16 will hit. So you slash this guy for 13 points of damage, and then
And 7 fire.
doesn't he have to
and then
roll
I-
something to deal with the fire?
No, it's just hit.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then a second creature within 5 feet takes 1d8 plus charisma fire damage. So I'm gonna have this guy take some fire. Or this one was
That's the one who did not get hit.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have fire damage hit that one.
Okay.
So
Uh,
d8, 6 plus 4, so 10 fire damage to this one, and this person here took 20.
Yep. So
Jesus.
you have killed this street tough when you slash down on him with your, I'm assuming, scimitar of speed.
Yeah.
And he, well, he screams when he erupts into green flame, but then he falls over dead. He slinks down.
Can I make like an intimidation check?
Sure.
The wrath of the small will lay you all down. If you do not get away from us and our friend, I will burn each of you alive. Do you understand me?
All right. Can you make an intimidation check?
He's on a deer's shoulders. Does he get advantage?
You just hear, "You killed Cassius!" It doesn't get advantage from being on a deer's shoulders. It looks like, it looks like, oh, this guy not even strong enough to hit us if he's on his own feet. Okay, anything else you want to do with your turn, Ash?
It's a half my movement to get off of Dira's shoulders.
It would be.
Okay, I'm gonna use my movement to get off of Dira's shoulders and go down there. Who was the one that said that I wasn't intimidating?
Well, none of them said that you're intimidating. It's this one was the one who said, "He killed Cassius."
And I'm gonna run up to him because I can run through people as a as a halfling. And I'm gonna run up to him and be like, "Well, if you don't get away, I'm gonna kill you too." And I'll use my bonus action to slash. dirty 20 to hit 10 slashing damage.
All right. And he's bloodied.
And do you still have does Green Flame Blade still?
No, Green Flame Blade is a cantrip.
Okay.
So
Oh.
it's,
Next up, it is Adira. It's your turn.
Please let me heal this dude that he just killed.
He did not just knock him unconscious, so this guy's dead.
Oh, he did double his health?
I mean,
Or
it's
whatever.
if they're not like named NPCs, they just die. I guess.
Okay, but
Okay.
here's the thing. We just murdered somebody out in the streets.
Yeah.
Please just let me heal this one person.
Okay.
at least spare the dying.
Can I spare the dying?
Do you have that?
I do. It's a cantrip.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, that would work.
Yeah, Deer's just gonna like tap him with her foot. I guess spare the dying of this poor man. And just say,
They see his chest moving.
Bruno, what the fuck happened?
They're trying to mug me. She.
Oh, okay. And Adira is going to pull out her giant warhammer and just say, "All right, you dumb motherfuckers, we can keep killing you, or you can leave her the fuck alone." And also try to intimidate them.
Okay. Intimidation check, please.
Damn it. I I feel like she should be so intimidating, but she's not.
They got a few lucky shots in, but their purses are heavy too.
Do you see what I'm wearing?
I have no gold!
Okay, then next up, Arden, it is your turn.
All right. Yeah. I think like going on the downswing to hit with the pommel. I saw Ash just straight up kill that guy. I immediately shift into like attack kind of mode.
Okay. Yeah, 12 hits.
All right.
12 hits! Oh no!
And then
Okay.
I do that.
And you're in attack mode, you said?
I think the first one I'm definitely gonna hit in the head with the pommel, and then from there on, dagger all attack mode.
Okay.
Because I'm already on the downswing for that one.
All right. You knock this one unconscious, the one in front of you, with the pommel.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna stab this other guy in front of Ash,
Okay.
just right in the stomach.
Okay.
Try and go for that.
Ash's face just gets splurted with blood.
Yeah. You stab this guy and you kill him.
Yeah, and now I just want to like pull the rapier and like point it at one of those guys. Is like, how many times do we need to teach you this lesson? Just go, run, go.
All right. Intimidation check, please. Oh, 18. All right.
Leave.
Not worth it.
I'll get you next. Don't rob us again.
Can you let me go? And Bruno lets this guy go, and he runs away.
Adira, can you spare this idiot over here?
Yeah, Adira's gonna walk over and she's gonna cast Spare the Dying on this idiot too.
So
You'll get a dumb scar, but it's worth it.
this one doesn't die, but no more of that. If you all don't do non-lethal damage, you're killing people.
Okay.
Okay.
No more of that. Okay. You have saved Bruna.
She's so good at killing.
Sorry.
She dusts off herself and sort of rubs one of the wounds that didn't get healed by... You healed most of her cuts, Aster, but she has one that wasn't. She kind of puts pressure on that.
I give her 5 of my good berries.
Thank you.
Ash looks over at Bruna and is like, is that how Aldworks eat?
No, that's how us Yornish eat.
Where the hell have you been? Where have you all been?
Prison.
Prison?
We were in prison.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then we were attacked by Fae.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, so you've had a busy few days then.
Oh, we were, that was about half of our day?
Oh, that was one day. Yeah. And then we met with some thieves.
Well,
Ash is gonna rifle through their pockets.
I'm gonna give Bruna one of the extra flower crowns that I made.
By the way, she also gets 3 extra healing from that 7 I gave to her cure wounds, so she got 10 total.
oh, okay. She's like back to full health. What do you find looking over these thieves? Well, you look them over, and can you roll 2d4?
Oh no.
8.
Well, you
Hey.
find 8 silver.
Oh.
Do I find any Thieves Guild cards?
No.
Okay.
Free agents.
That's kind of... Ash was looking for money.
Mhm.
I was looking for
I
affiliation.
have been looking for you. Tove took the first shift this morning, and I have been out looking for you now.
How'd you guys like your night alone?
We've got we bought rooms at an inn, so if you all need to rest, we can.
I mean, I'm okay to keep doing a little digging, but maybe we can go back to the inn and kind of catch you and Tove up on what was going on.
Sounds good. Follow me. And she kicks this guy. And then
I put a flower crown on each of their heads before we leave.
and she starts to lead you all away, and you come to a place that is simply called Traveler's Stead, and it has a cup insignia scratched on it in Thieves' Cant. But let me get all your tokens on the map.
Bruno, have you heard anything of like, you know, of the groups around here?
What do you mean, Hallandorians? The fact that they're not tribes, but they have sort of a strange history of acting like they're separate.
Oh no. Referring more to like the groups in the city.
Oh,
Emmy, the tokens look so good.
Haven't we played with them before?
yeah.
Oh,
It's been a very
been a
long time.
while.
Yeah, we haven't
But I
seen him in like
also-
2 months.
Yeah, I
That's
also
true.
was
That's
like,
right.
I don't remember seeing these before, but seeing Tove, I do remember Tove for sure.
No,
Yeah, well, they became our main NPCs.
I
They're wonderful.
didn't know anything about Thieves' Guild. Were they? She points behind her as she starts to open the door of the Traveler's Stead. Were they thieves from this guild?
Probably one of them.
I don't think so, because all I found was like silver on them. I didn't see any of those playing cards.
Oh, well, that's good then. Now, I've got this 2 rooms. There's one for me and Adira, and one for you boys. Here, and she walks up to the desk and says, "These are the people I told you about. Adira needs a key, and then one of them needs a key as well." And this clerk who is reading just basically reaches into the drawer, yawns, and pulls out 1 key, drops it lazily, 1 key, drops it right next to it, on the desk in front of him.
Pick up one of them.
I'm gonna take that key away from Aster if you don't mind.
Why?
16 sleight of hand. I don't think Ash trusts Aster with holding on to things that might have use right now.
Tracks.
Here, and she tosses you the key, Adira.
Thanks.
Our rooms are right next to each other. There's a space to eat, but it's all the same. It's all the same food. It's not very good. They don't use vinegar in anything here.
I could try to spice it up a little bit for you if you wanted. Pretty sure I can do that.
I don't realize Ash takes the key, and I go to like try and put the key in the door. It's gone. It's gone.
Uh,
I open the door.
Not again.
when you open the door, you see Tove is napping, and you can see that he is laying in the bed without the cover over him, and he is basically like spooning his sword. And he has like his right hand wrapped around the hilt, and when you open the door, there's like a split second where his eyes shoot open, and he like sort of props himself up and is already unsheathing his sword, and then he sees that it's you all, and he sheathes it.
Ash saw a grown man spooning his sword. Wait, he wasn't sleeping naked, was he? Because I think I added that part in my head.
No, it was like he has his sword ready is more the pose.
Okay. The way you described it for a second, I was like, is this dude just like sleeping naked with his sword?
No.
Honestly, I thought he was going to be naked as well.
Nope. And Bruna comes over here and says, "This is our room, Adira, if you want to put your bags down."
Oh, okay, thank you. Adira does go into the room and puts her bags down, and she just looks at Bruna and says, do you have a good relationship with your father?"
She looks back at you and says, "Yes? Why? Do I seem like I have a bad relationship with my father?"
No, more when we were in jail, I saw my dad.
Oh, what did he do? Did he kill someone?
No, he's an ambassador for Uncle.
Oh. So, did he put you in jail?
No, it's because we killed that priest.
Oh. Well, good job. Was he telling you he was proud of you?
No, he kept telling me to come back to Uncle.
Hmm. And you don't want to?
I do, but I feel like I don't know. It's just I have weird feelings. I'm glad you have a good relationship with your father.
Do you have a good relationship with your mother?
I'd say better.
Oh. My mother hated me.
I'm sorry.
It's
I
it's okay. It's you know, she didn't like there was a thing that I would do and I couldn't really explain it where I would take things from people's houses and I would throw them in the lake by where we lived. And thinking on it now, there was no reason for me to do that, but I don't know, just sometimes I would see something small and I would think, I can throw that really far, and I would go to the lake and I would throw it in. People would get really upset with me.
But you were just a child.
Oh, not the whole time. I don't think that I would do it now, but I don't know. Sometimes do you get like intrusive thoughts of just things that you could do? Like somebody bends over next to you and you have something heavy in your hand and you just think, I could break this across your back.
No, I believe that Aster has similar thoughts, maybe not as violent.
Oh, well, not all of them are violent. Well, but if I got the chance to talk to my mother sometime soon, I would want to have a good talk with her. So, did you have a good talk with your dad?
I did.
That's good. Well, how do I use this? And she holds out what you see is blush. She pulls it out from her bag.
I've seen you apply eyeshadow and you don't know how to apply blush.
I don't know what this... I'm not sure what this is, but I went to a shop and they told me I should use it.
It goes on your cheeks. It's supposed to bring redness to them, so they look like they're full of life.
So you want to look cold?
No, it's more like... think of Ash's face. You know how... Or even Tov's face. They have like really red cheeks.
Oh, yes. Ash
It's-
Ash has red cheeks, yeah.
It's supposed to sort of be like that. Bring like warmth to the face.
Okay. Thank you. If you want to go and speak to them, I have to do something.
Yep. Right. And Adir's gonna leave very awkwardly.
Yep. In the boys' room, while Tove is sort of groggily getting up. Who got... Aster, you got hit by the ballista bolt in the sewer. And
Yeah.
so he just sort of rubs his forehead and he looks over at you and he goes, "You look like shit."
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
Aster...
really.
Aster
So well.
and Ash, please make perception checks.
Perception. 16.
Okay. So you,
9.
yeah. You can see that Tove has his small bag over here, and then there is a trash can next to, well, like a waste bin next to this this chest that's here for people to store their things in, and you can see that there are a few pieces of like crumbled up parchment inside.
I walk over and read it.
Hey,
Ash was too busy trying to push the beds together.
Is that what the athletic checks were?
Yeah, Ash is pushing his bed next to Arden's.
okay. Yeah. So
Arden gets up and helps.
I was struggling a little bit. It wasn't the most graceful push.
You find what looks like a poem in what you recognize as Yornish meter.
Whoa. Somebody left a Yornish poem in here. Isn't that weird that we got the room next, Tove?
Yeah, you should. You should probably just throw it away. It's probably not good.
I bet Bruno would love to hear this. You know, a little piece of home.
No, I don't think she needs
Right
to.
out the
I don't
door.
think she needs to hear it. And he gets up and he just stops here, and you all see his hand sort of flex next to his sword, but then he just goes back and sits on the bed.
Ash is gonna run over and try to sleight of hand the note out of 27.
He's looking at it. It's just gone.
Perception check Aster with advantage.
Oh, wow. I was gonna do my hidden step out the door when I saw him running out in front of her door. But that was my plan.
Make
But
a-
you were talking.
Yeah, make a dex check to see if you popped that.
Where's my dexterity? Oh my god.
If it's above, okay, yeah. So Ash, you run out, and Aster is not actually there. So when you knock on the door, though, it is. Well, do you knock?
No, I probably would have just ran.
Okay.
I mean, that's there's not really a.
Wait, I ran out the door and he's just there though. That's the only difference. I would just run down the hall and grab it.
I think he's got it in his hand, and he's already got the door open. So now
Yeah.
there's an audience who can see you steal it. So I mean, if you.
I don't think Ash cares.
Okay, then, sorry, so Aster, once Ash reaches you, can you make a perception check with advantage? You have to beat a 27.
I don't even know. I don't even think that's possible.
You could get a nat 20, and then that was...
Perception. Yeah, because I only have a +4. I got a 22.
Really good.
Yep, okay, so Adira, Bruna just asked you to leave, and then Aster barrels in, and you see he has something in his hand, and then Ash just basically boop, pinches it out from between his fingers.
Bruna, there's this weird. It's weird. There's this Yornish poem in our room. Tove thought it was weird too. Isn't it crazy that us Yornish people are the ones who are in it next, and there's a Yornish poem in it?
And Ash runs back to Tove and is like, look, I know what it is. Just write something really quick. Write something really stupid. And just make it. Just make it. Just do it now. Just do it now.
What?
Do you want me to burn this? I'll burn it. Ash casts prestidigitation and there's like a tiny little, like a lighter-sized fire on his thumb. Do you want me?
You don't need to burn it. Here, and he takes out a piece of parchment and starts scribbling a poem on it.
Okay.
And back
Oh,
to
wait, where'd it go? It was in my hand.
I'm gonna, whenever he's done, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna run over here and be like, "Oh, Aster, you dropped this," and I'm gonna pretend to like pick it up and hand it.
Okay. Aster, you are now holding a poem that is about different types of mead.
Oh, this is weird. A minute ago it said something like, by night the long lonely that's deep in my bones. As thought drift home. I don't remember the rest of it, but those first 3 lines really just kind of stood out. But now it says something weird about mead. Huh. That's interesting.
Yes, it's certainly interesting. Could I have the room to myself, please, Aster?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I just thought you'd, like, want a piece of home. I thought it was nice that there was, like, some Yornish stuff.
It is nice, but poems are only good if they're about things that I do like mead, but I'll read it. Do you want me to read it? Did you write this, Aster?
I mean, no, it was just in the basket in our room.
Oh, there was nothing in my basket when we got here.
Shady, it's not the fanciest hotel. They probably just forgot to clean it.
Well, if you want to keep it since it's Yornish, you can.
Yeah, I'll keep it. It's pretty cool. All right, well, if you ever want to read it, if you're ever like missing home, I got it.
Sure.
Although someone might steal it from me. That's been happening a lot recently.
Sure.
So I don't know how long I'll have it.
Yeah, maybe I'll steal it.
Yeah, oh, maybe. But if you tell me that you're going to steal it, then it's kind of not stealing it anymore. It's just like you're going to borrow it without asking.
Okay.
But technically you did tell me, so...
Can I have the room, please?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You look really pretty today, Bruna.
Thank you.
Walk out.
Sorry. You're going to close the door.
Ash just goes up and like gives a thumbs up, very probably too confident thumbs up to Tove.
Yeah.
Does an 18 push those beds together?
Yeah, you've pushed those beds together. I can't move them, so please,
Yeah.
freehand
In the theater of the mind.
freehand draw a bed, please.
Just looks like this one.
You only pushed half
Hold on.
part of the
Hold
bed.
on, I'll get the top. Ah.
But when you all come in, Tove walks over and like is right in front of you, Aster, and then he just pulls the blanket off of your bed and moves over here and puts it at the foot of his bed.
Oh, I mean, if you were cold, you could have just asked. I would have given you a blanket.
Can we not be passive-aggressive and perhaps talk about what happened?
What? They were just a cool Yornish poem. Right.
I'm not talking about you, Aster.
What do you mean?
I know. Okay, let's be out in the open about this. Ash, I can tell you're being a little wary of Aster because he got the chalice lost again.
Okay, maybe a little bit.
But I think you're taking it a little too far. And I don't know what that whole poem thing was about.
Ash just looks over at Tove. Like,
Ash, Aster found a poem, and he ran out of the room, even though I thought that he shouldn't leave with the poem. And Ash found a better poem, and thought that if Aster was going to share it, that if he was going to share it, he should share a better poem. Yeah, I mean, he's telling half-truths.
Can I tell that he wrote the poem, though?
Yeah, you can tell that he wrote the poem.
Okay, maybe that wasn't too much of an overreaction, but I think we just need to be honest that we're all being a little wary of Aster, but we also need to stop. I think Aster Tove wrote that poem, and he did not want you to show it to Bruna.
I didn't. It didn't matter who he showed it to. It was a poem about. It wasn't a poem about anything specific, so. Like here, you could show it to her, and he holds it out, and he's like defiantly looking at a wall.
Okay, but it was his personal property, and he didn't want somebody to see it.
Oh, I didn't know it was somebody. I didn't know it was his poem. He said, "Isn't it weird that someone left a poem in here that had Yornish in it?" And he was like, "Yeah, it's weird."
It's not good enough, so I threw it away.
I'm sorry, Toph. I didn't know it was your. I mean, if I would known it was your poem, I would have said, "Hey, can I show this to Bruna?" But I thought it was just like a random poem.
I mean, I don't care if you show it to her. So
I just think we need to be a little more... sounds like I'm holding an intervention for Aster. Also, you made the bed so lovely, Arden.
I know, I love that. He's just been drawing this bed this whole time.
I haven't been drawing it.
That's me.
That's been Ian the whole time. I was trying to draw it at first, and then like everything else filled in. I was like, he's already got it. He's learning faster than I can possibly add to it.
But I think we just need to be a bit more honest and upfront with Aster when he does things. Because he's not the most perceptive, as we all know.
What does that mean?
You got the chalice lost to a marionette doll.
Fair.
And
You almost got us killed by wandering off to a lake and getting attacked by monsters.
I thought I was dreaming.
But it just, if something upsets us, or you do something that we don't like, we'll just, at least I will be upfront with you.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be a nuisance to you guys.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm just, we've all been on edge. And it's not...
I'm sorry, Aster. I think that just a lot's happened lately, like in a very short span of time. And things have just kept getting worse, not better. If I'm being honest, I'm very overwhelmed. Like, I never really thought that I'd ever be involved with, like, a thief guild war against a Fey thief guild. And maybe I've just been a little more frustrated than I should be.
yeah, and I'm sorry for if you felt like I was that upset with you. You can have your blanket back. Do you want me to read the poem? Would that make you feel better? Unless, like, I'm mad at you.
No, I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't know it was your poem.
It's not.
I
It's not very good. So I just didn't want anybody to.
mean, I thought it was a pretty good poem. If you ask me. I mean, I wouldn't, if it was like a bad poem, I'd be like, hey, let me go show this bad poem to someone from home, because I feel like that would just make them like more sad that it wasn't up to like our home poem standards.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
As well. Also, I didn't even know you took my blanket because you were mad. I thought you were cold.
No, I was upset with you.
Oh, I'm sorry that you were upset with me.
I'm sorry that I was upset with you. Do you...
Also, I just had a really awkward conversation with Bruna, and I need it.
Do you want... and he stands in front of you. Do you want... and he just holds his arms out.
I give him a big hug.
He only uses one arm, and the other arm he just holds awkwardly up like he's about to hug you.
Wait, he was doing a hug to me, not Adira, for the weird talk, right?
Oh no, yeah, that was to you, Esther.
Okay. It would have been so awkward.
But then once you let go, how long do you hold on?
I'll probably go until he lets go.
Alright, once you have let go, well, he lets go, and then he turns to you, Adira, and he clears his throat, and he goes, do you want...
No,
No.
Thank you.
I think we should all be a bit more honest with each other. A lot's gone on, and we haven't seen each other in a few days.
Knock, knock, knock.
Come in.
And Bruna enters wearing a lot more blush than people normally wear.
Adira is going to say, I need to talk with Bruna really quickly. I need to apologize for something we said. And she's going to push her out into the hallway.
Whoa, whoa, what? And she grabs you, and like she thinks you're attacking her.
No, you're wearing too much blush!
What?
Adira's going to kneel down and start like rubbing some off of her cheek.
Okay, I paid a lot for this.
I know, and that's why you use little at a time. It's very pigmented.
Okay.
Adira's gonna rub off enough that it looks a bit more natural.
Thank you.
Wonder what Adira said. She's never really been one to be like saying wrong things.
Also, sorry for the awkward conversation back there. I just needed to talk to somebody that weren't the boys.
Was that uncomfortable for you?
Just talking about my father gets me uncomfortable. It just...
Oh, you seemed very comfortable. I wasn't uncomfortable if you were worried about that, but now that you have wiped your hands on my face, I'm a little more uncomfortable.
Yeah, but this is don't worry. It'll be better. Trust me. And then Adira's gonna walk back in.
All right, and Bruna follows, wearing suspiciously less blush. Okay, so what happened?
So we killed the priest who stole the chalice.
That's good.
Then we got arrested by what was his name again?
Julius Sextus.
I actually can't. Thank you. I always want to think sexting.
Julius Sexton.
Which I think is definitely not it at all, but it is what comes to my head.
Look, he's a very sexual 50-year-old man with knee problems.
He's also definitely the guy that does sext people in a way that they're not comfortable with.
Yeah, he got caught in the Ashley Madison scandal.
Okay, well, let's not put that to the world, because if ever people dive into Julius Sextus, that's going to look like a real silly comment to make.
So then we were arrested. We were in jail, and they weren't particularly going to punish us after we told them why we had killed him and what we had, and my father got us out of prison. We then went to an inn, met a talking... What was it again, Esther?
Oh, we overheard a conversation. The Ryoths are invading like everywhere.
Yes, they're invading Ursumer.
Oh, there was also a beer-drinking rooster that came to the pub.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. But and then after that, Esther wandered off, and he lost the chalice to a very pretty elf man. I saw him, but he turned out to be a marionette doll. Then we started following around these thief signs that Arden can read, and we found ourselves sort of embroiled in a thieves' war. And one of the thieves' guilds is are changelings, fey creatures. And they have the chalice. Am I missing anything?
We learned something from... We learned something more just when it was the Ryoth attacking. I thought I wrote down something about... I wrote down something that said the Ryoth sent a letter, and I thought I wrote down what was in the letter, but...
So the Emperor of Hallandor sent a letter to the Ryoth. Like, the Ryoth basically sent a letter to everyone saying, I am invading Ursumer, I do not intend to stop. And then the Emperor sent him a letter ending in, basically, if my armies march into Dal Ryoth, we're going to burn everything, we're going to subjugate your people. And then the Ryoth sent a letter back that just said, if.
Honestly, very cool response.
Yeah.
Like, I hate the Ryothi, but very cool response.
Very good.
And once you have outlined everything, Tove just sort of sits and nods while not looking at anybody in particular, and then he goes, "Big day."
Big day.
Yep. And so, well, for the Thieves Guild, Ardens can sort of be our champion, or we could try to do what Ash is calling a big heist.
Elaborate.
Okay, so heist is, steal things, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so, I don't know how useful I will be.
I mean, I won't be any use.
Bruna can, use some of her spells to hide us. But...
Yeah.
I've heard... Where are we stealing from? Do you know stuff about the place?
We're going to get that information from Pietra?
Petra.
Pietra.
I think.
Pietra is,
Pietra.
Because one of the Fey people,
Wait.
Eomancy. What?
How do we know that they're really Tove and Bruna?
would you like to stab me? That
Well, we
Tove.
stabbed...
That's Tove. That's Tove.
That's Tove. Alright.
and
I mean, he did hug me. That was weird.
and
I'm just kidding. I don't say that.
and Bruna says, what can I do to convince you that I'm me?
That sounds like Bruna.
Yeah, we also watched her, I don't know, get beat up.
Oh no, I was winning.
That's true.
Yeah, that was so cool. You had that guy in, like a headlock, and then you were just spinning around and using him as a weapon.
Using him as a weapon, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
It'd be really demoralizing for me if someone was like, if someone picked up like Arden or Adira and was just smacking us with them.
Honestly, the fact that you weren't intimidating them to leave you alone by yourself, that they were like a very stalwart bunch.
Yeah, they were stupid. They were dumb.
Yeah, I think they were too stupid to be intimidated.
Also, it had been a while since I had just been able to, really hit somebody, so I was kind of looking forward to it.
Okay.
Oh.
That's absolutely Bruna.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead and tell. Go ahead and tell them.
So you're going to get information from this Piatra fellow, and if he can tell you things about the house, then what is your idea? Do you want to go in when they are busy with something else, or try to go in at night time, cause distractions? Whatever you need. If you need, I'm sure that Tove could probably start a fire somewhere and do something that would draw their attention, and then the rest of us could go in.
I mean, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I can start the fire.
Okay, so
Well, I think we need to be careful because at this house, I was checking out the garden, and then somebody came up and was like able to make me forget everything about the house. Not really sure how, but
Oh, that reminds me. And Adira's gonna cast Remove Curse on Aster.
Aster, you're so interested in going back to that garden.
oh shit, I gotta go now.
No, you need to rest. You got hit a lot with those bolts.
Aster, I can still see your stomach entrails, so maybe give it a night and you'll probably be fine.
Yeah, I'm at 39 hit points.
Oh my god!
Damn.
Well, and
I'm real fucked up.
Bruna slaps you on the back, and it's almost enough for you to take.
And I lose 5 more.
It's almost enough for you to take damage, but she casts Cure Wounds, and you get 7 HP back.
Oh, thank you. She heals like me, not very well. I don't say that out loud.
Right, she doesn't have many levels in Ranger.
Oh, Bruna's a ranger. Oh, cool.
She's a fighter ranger.
Okay, so we've got this fire idea.
Yeah, I mean, I can do something else that causes a distraction. I could.
I mean, fire always works.
Fire's pretty good.
Fire's
What?
pretty good.
Are we thinking of like setting a fire to the house or like away from the house to get like what are we?
She did seem pretty... That gardener. She seemed... That came out so terribly. She did seem pretty possessive of the garden, so I guess maybe
Yeah.
we could set fire to the garden.
Burn
but
the
I
garden
feel-
down.
But at the same time, I feel like Esther isn't into that.
Yeah, I think maybe like leave the nature to be the nature.
Oh, I meant like if we found something that. I think Bruno meant that if we found something that was important to them nearby, like
Mhm.
we found out that they have. I don't know what the thieves do. And he looks at you,
Oh.
Ash, and he says, "What would they have? Like a bunch of gold somewhere hidden nearby? I could go there and start a fire."
That's not a bad idea. I guess my only worry with setting fire to just something they protect is that it wouldn't take away the people we want it to take away.
That could be a big
I-
fire.
Well, they were
Alternatively,
trying.
What if we set fire to all of their house, like all of their safe houses, but the big one?
What if Okay.
I think all of them, but the big one, might seem as though someone's
It was a trap.
trying to draw them away.
Okay, I have an idea, and it sounds very bad, but I need you to listen to me.
Ash is gonna run over and sit on the bed next to Arden.
Bruna, do you want to sit down?
Yeah, let's scoot over. Adira, you scoot over, and then I'll scoot over.
No, I mean there's that space right next to Joe.
Oh, yeah. That's right. You don't want to sit on pillows. That could give you pink eye.
Okay. And she goes and she sits, and Tove stands up and goes and stands against the wall.
We know you two had sex!
I heard it and saw it a little bit.
I said we were going to be honest.
Tove is gone.
That
I
was the wrong
tried.
moment to do that.
I'll go get him. I'll be right back. Ah! Oh no! I grabbed him.
Oh no, he's stuck in the sheets!
It's like the carpet that attacked Adira.
Fuck you!
Tove, where'd he go?
Oh, Bruno has no reaction.
Bruna, while you weren't in the room, I said that we should be more honest with each other from now on. Sorry. And Adira's face is bright red.
Oh, no, it's okay. It's happened a lot since then.
And you just like, or that you guys have had sex.
Yeah.
What that you cut out for me.
Yeah, we've done that a lot.
I don't know why he's so weird about it. Like, when you guys like each other, you guys had sex. It's whatever.
Yeah, he's attractive, but she kind of shrugs.
But what? What does that mean?
We're talking about the heist, so let's talk about that.
I want an insight. What does that mean?
Hey, we're matchmakers first, adventurers second.
Yeah.
Wow.
It seems like the two of them have had some type of conversation, and maybe Tove she doesn't think he's the most romantic guy.
Okay, we'll work on that.
Oh no, we ruined the poem!
You still?
What?
I don't think he took the poem with him.
Oh yeah, he did hand it to me, right?
Yeah, I think he did.
I'm gonna walk over. So this was the original poem that I had in my hand. I don't know where Ash got the second one or where it went first time, but here, and I walk over and I hand it to her.
Okay. And she sits and reads it while you all continue to play on the heist.
My only
Well,
worry.
like, Tove-
Yeah, so you go out to find Tove, and you just see him, he is, pacing between the inn and another building. Putting his hand on his face and saying something, and then...
The fact that
Tearing
he's
his hair out, shouting, no, no, no!
I'm embarrassed that people now see me as a sexual being.
You okay there, Bubba? You okay, Tove?
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Do you want to come back in and finish planning the heist, or?
Yes, I needed to take a piss, and everyone was in there, so...
Yeah, no, totally. I totally hear you. Well, I'll go back in then, and you go ahead and finish pissing, and come join us.
Finish.
Okay.
Question mark after pissing is what to do.
Yeah, Ash, you walk in and you see Bruno reading the poem that you stole earlier.
Oh no! You gotta put the. I'll stall. I'll stall. Least productive session ever.
You can't do the fantasy because I gotta finish my Wattpad story.
To be fair, when have our sessions ever been super productive?
Enemies to lovers, And there's only one dead.
Yeah, Ash and Arden.
But then that's friends to lovers.
Yeah.
My only worry about setting fire to the main house is Iolanthe, if she is bedridden as they say she is, and she is so sick. I worry that she'll be collateral.
I also feel like setting fire to the main building might only consolidate forces there.
Okay.
What was your idea, Adira? She folds the poem up, and you see she puts it in her own pocket.
Okay.
Can I come back now? I want to hear Adira's idea. Okay.
Toph can also come back in. Just have everybody come back in. He's done pissing, you know? So, that wasn't Adira, that was me. Iolanthe is unliked by her brothers and sisters. Or, well, maybe
you got us
not
to
unliked.
You'll get pink eye.
Aster, that's not true. Anyway. But her father adores her. So what if we use her as bait? Trying to bring each of the siblings out to maybe different safe houses.
It's true.
She would only really... They don't know that she is seeing Pietra. So maybe we could try to leave a clue that she's at like one of the safe houses. We draw each one of the changelings out there.
We could also attempt to get both of the other thieves groups in on this. Start some
Exactly.
kind of gang war, have actual forces,
Exactly.
keep them
So,
preoccupied.
and then we go into
Maybe even
the
take
house.
care of them for good.
Yes, and then we go into the house and take back the chalice.
If there's a consolidated force against them, the day we so happen to sneak inside,
Okay, I love all of this. I really like using Ianthe if she's down to help us. But what about this addition to that? What if we... Oh, dang, I lost it. My 7 intelligence is really showing. Fuck, I had an idea. You guys keep going. I'll remember it.
Only if Iolanthe's okay with it, of course. I don't want to use her. I don't want to just completely bank one plan on using her and her say no. That would be cruel to her.
What if we didn't just use her?
Okay.
Gossamer and Fire Rush. Gossamer kind of seemed to chafe under her family's rule. What if we convinced her that she could run?
That she, Friar Rush, and Gossamer all run together. She being Iolanthe.
Yeah.
I don't know if Gossamer wanted to leave the family. I think she just didn't like her brother.
She was down for killing them and said we could have at killing them ourselves.
I think she wanted the face, but that only really proves maybe she's more reliant on independence than the others.
Yeah. And Fire Rush, I mean, we all agree Fire Rush was a good dude.
Yeah, and we just cannot be near him when we fight.
Yeah. That's Friar Rush is the one we need to get away.
But if
What if-
she... And Iolanthe likes him, so what if they run away together?
And what if... My thinking is we could potentially use... We could use Gossamer's, hubris to our advantage. Make
sounds like a
her
good idea.
take out some of her siblings for us. And then Fire Rush, we can tell Fire Rush, we don't want Iolanthe to be hurt at all. And maybe they can run off together but leave a clue as to where they're going. A fake one. after that,
My-
the dad leaves the house.
But okay, here's my only issue. Might be the only issue we run into, which is the father. I feel like could easily spy on her, just instantly know her location. So we'd have to get something that hides her very well.
I bet that the Thieves Guild have something like that. Like, you can't have a Thieves Guild if somebody can just, like,
Spy on
hippity
you.
boppity boo, like, know your location, right? Like, that doesn't make sense. So they've got to have something that can hide them. Weren't they following us in the first place because they were trying to find the location of the other Thieves Guild?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What if we leak them a fake meeting between the cups and the swords? Would we leak that to them? And then,
Definitely need to have the other thieves guild's approval for that.
oh, well, I'm saying it could be an ambush,
Yeah.
but we kind of present it to all sides, or we get the other two Thieves Guilds to work together to create an ambush, and maybe say, like, have them have an opening meeting to, like, form an alliance or something. Like, I don't know, just kind of come up with a story and have that be leaked to them, and then we can just steal the cup when they send out the fort. The only thing is that I want that fire dwarf guy. I want him dead. I can't have him. He knows what Spark is.
I think perhaps we lead them on a wild goose chase.
Yeah.
We give them different areas of where they might be. And
But I mean, they're pretty powerful, Adira. If they chase
That's
goose,
true.
it would be really easy to catch.
Wait, what?
If they
Say that
chase a
again for me.
goose. Oh,
Yeah.
that's like a more southern turn of phrase. A wild goose chase, because it's hard to catch a wild goose. It's like notoriously difficult. So if you have a wild goose chase, it's kind of pointless and hard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes
Wait,
sense.
but
Sorry,
hold on.
I thought-
But I mean, if you eat goose, you do have to chase them.
that is true.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, but you don't really chase a goose if you eat them. You like hunt them.
Well,
You know,
but,
like you shoot them out of the sky. You don't like run after them on foot.
well, no, I mean sometimes you do.
I mean, also,
That's
if
just
that's magic,
inefficient.
having like a wild goose would be like really easy.
Yeah, that would be easy.
It's
know, you-
just an expression, okay?
Especially if you have
Well,
like teleportation magic, you just like teleport right on.
But it doesn't make any sense,
Yeah.
right? And Bruno says, "Yeah, no,
What?
it doesn't really make any sense."
We can prove how difficult it is to chase a wild goose.
All right.
After
Let's
the
let's put the
heist.
heist on hold. I think we should go.
Oh, here. I'm gonna turn into a goose. I'm a wild shape into a goose.
Fucking! And Bruno runs over and just grabs you.
Hold on. I need the goose to make at least an attempt to not get chased.
Yeah, I don't feel like this is unbiased.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I run
Make
under
an
the-
acrobatics or an athletics check as a goose.
Well, no, I keep. Oh no, I only keep my wisdom and shit.
You're probably going to be more dexterous as a
Yeah.
goose than as
Yeah.
yourself.
What's a goose's?
I'll look it up. Goose stats.
They should
D&D.
do way more damage than anybody else.
The first one that came up was the goose from Untitled Goose Game.
Yeah, let's use a cockerel instead. So your dex score is a +1.
No, it's there is a goose here. It's a 14 dex.
Okay, so it's a +2.
Okay, so D20. They don't have like any like nimbleness thing, do they? Where they get advantage?
I don't think so. No.
No, but their damage is 1d6 plus 1.
All right, she grabs you and just sort of shakes you. And once Toph sees this and is satisfied, he looks at you, Adira, and says, "So, do you all think you should go and speak to the cups for your plan?"
Yes, I think that would be a good idea.
Are you sure, Adira? I know that you don't want to work with them if you can avoid it.
We can't avoid it. It's as simple as that.
I think it is our best bet.
And if I think we have two ideas. If Iolente agrees to the first one, we use her as bait, and if not, we use the meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought that you were going to combine them. I'm sorry.
We could perhaps. What was your thought, Toph?
I thought that was what Aster said before he turned into a goose.
Oh,
And was easily caught.
Yeah, right. Okay.
It's wasn't your idea, Aster, to get Iolanthi to be part of the bait, but then you could also have like the guilds working together as
Yeah, I was thinking if we get the guilds to work together and then have Iolanthe and her two siblings also in on it. But then that also leads. I feel the other thieves guilds aren't gonna want there to be a staves guild, but I think that is also because of who the dad is. I think if they were to trust, because I mean, there's Iolanthe and Piatra are in a relationship together. I think if Iolanthe and the siblings that she does trust are there, Piatra could, and she's with Piatra, I think that could be like, you know, two houses meeting of the swords and in the staves, and potentially make, you know, an alliance between all three where they all kind of like work together, three separate guilds, one town. And if we were to do that, then like the three siblings could, well, the two siblings could lead, Fire Rush and Gossamer could lead the two other ones to a place, one where there are a stash of cups and one where there's a stash of swords. And, you know, they all fuck them up. You know what I mean? Like the cups would ambush one sibling led by Gossamer or Fire Rush, and then the other guild would ambush the other sibling led by whoever didn't lead the first one. And then maybe Piatra could lead Iolanthe away, not Fire Rush. In Fire Rush, I assume Fire Rush probably already knows of the relationship between Piatra and Iolanthe. I mean, if they're as close as he says they are.
I guess
And
my concern with that, though, is one.
and then we attack the dad.
Yeah, my main concern, though, is I don't know that we can trust anyone to work together and not try to come out on top.
I think at that point, like that's, I mean, at that point, it's not really on us. I mean, if they try and do that, that still leads all the forces away from the place where we're going, and then we can get out.
Yeah, there is a certain point where we have to say that it is not our. We have
Problem.
our goal. Yeah, which is not the best way to look at things, but I think at a certain point it isn't our problem. They're helping us and we're helping them.
And honestly, I mean, they aren't really good people to begin with.
Arden, what do you think?
It's best not to get too attached to anything here.
Well, I guess that I'm more saying I don't know if they would trust each other enough to work with
Yeah.
each other.
I don't think a
Well,
idealistic approach where they all get along at the end of this is ever going to happen. I think the best we can hope for is that the worst folk stop doing what they're doing.
And that's what I'm offering. You know, they said as long as we have a good plan, they'd work with us and they'd work together. And I mean, I think this is the best plan that we could have of.
Well, so remember, you have to try to get the cups to work with them.
Oh, so it was the sword said they would work with the cups. We just still have to talk to the cups.
The swords will work with you all, just them, if it's a good plan, and they are willing to work with the cups if the cups are
willing.
I think if we do the plan where we split them up and have one led by like Gossamer, one led by Friar Rush, we do it also split by the guilds themselves. They would be working together for a common goal, but not physically working together.
Yeah, I think that's the best way.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
Okay.
Is like having the cups at one location and the swords at the other location, and have the Fae siblings lead someone there. And I mean, if they want to kill Gossamer, and then like if
they can.
yeah, I mean if
They're
they
more than
if they decide to turn, I mean that's the only person I'd really feel bad about is Friar Rush.
we could sell it to them as an opportunity to take any kind of hotly contested territory that they want for one night, because they'll be preoccupied on 3 separate fronts.
Mm-hmm. Although I will say, I think we should probably put the swords, send Friar Rush to where the swords are, because they
We
have
could talk to them.
Piatra and
T.
yeah, and Piatra I feel like would advocate for Friar Rush.
Or I think it's
I like
like
his favorite sibling.
I like it.
Does nobody knows that Iolanthe and Petra are together?
They
No.
don't, but I think if we bring up this plan, it might be advantageous for him to say it. I mean, we could talk. I'm assuming he might be the one who's our point of contact for getting back to them. I mean, he's supposed to be coming to us with information from Iolanthe anyway, and we could run this by him before we run it by the guild itself.
Yeah, I
Because
think
they're-
that's probably a good bet.
But that's our plan for the most part then. Yes?
Yeah.
All right, let's
Okay.
go to a break now that you all have your plan. And I'm actually just gonna
Did you
stop
stop
the
recording?
recording. Yeah. Well, so you have to find them. But okay, so we're back into it. Do you all want to take a long rest before you go speak to them, or even just a short rest?
We should
Yeah.
definitely take a long rest before we enact
Long
the
rest.
plan, but not right now.
Oh, I was thinking we'd take a long rest now, talk to them. Just in case.
I mean, I can do a short rest, no problem.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I was thinking
I'm good
short
with whatever.
because I'm not really that tapped out of spells. Are you?
No, not really. I'm just saying. I was just thinking it might be
Yeah.
a good idea. But...
I would rather we do a short rest tonight while we try to like convince them of everything, and then take a long rest before the big day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm worried they might want to do it as soon as possible so that no one can back out.
I don't.
Also, I kind of wish that we had. I kind of think that we should have like the whole plan, you know, with the schematics and everything, and have the stuff from Piatra before we talk to the cops.
I agree.
Right now, we have a plan that's based on a lot of things that are ifs and maybes,
Yeah.
not anything that's like fully concrete. Like, I mean, we know what we want to do concretely, but not necessarily.
We don't know where anything is. We don't
Yeah.
know. Fair enough.
Did you start recording again?
Yes, we are recording. So
Okay.
short
I
rest.
was wondering.
Roll your hit dice if you all would like.
And I forget, do you add your constitution per hit dice that you use?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Cool. So I have 10d8 and I have 46.
I was like, hey, I'll roll my 2 higher hit die for my paladin class, and then I'll have it. It probably won't be too high. I only need like 11 points of health back, and then I get 19 just on the roll, or 17 on just on the roll.
Yeah, nice. Good work.
Alright. I've got my spell slots back.
I'm gonna roll 5 of my d8s. Right? They're d8s?
Yeah, for Druid.
Actually, you know what? Fuck it, I might go 6.
Ooh, risk.
I need to say it before I roll the first 5. I gotta keep on. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna roll 6. Because I am down a lot. So 32 plus... What's 6 times 4? 16. 32 plus 16. What's that?
Sure. It's 48. Okay, so how do you all get in touch with the cups?
Are we getting in touch with Petro first? Because we want to like solidify the plan before we reach out to other people.
That's your all's choice. So do you all?
I
Okay, so if you all do,
think that would probably be the best thing, because
Yeah.
like, it's going to take a lot of convincing for the cups to work with.
Also, like any information he could give us could be useful.
okay,
It might change what we could do. It might change.
okay. Where do you all go to meet him?
Oh, I thought he was going to come find us, because he didn't give us a place or anything.
Okay, so you all wait for a little bit.
I mean, we'll just go to a swords place and be like, hey, do you guys know have y'all seen like a pretty handsome half-orc before?
Like a full-size half-orc or like a slightly smaller than normal half-orc?
Like a slightly smaller than normal half-orc?
Oh, yeah.
Just have a couple of-
Sure. He holds out his hand, the shopkeep that you're talking to.
Give him a flower.
He says, thank you, and he puts that down, and he holds out his hand.
Give him another flower.
Thank you, and he puts that next to the other flower, and he holds out his hand.
And Ash gestures for Arden to give him show him the card.
I show him a card and give him like 2 gold.
These two marks are a little lonely.
I give him 3 more gold.
Thank you. He goes into a back room. And about 20 minutes later, Piatra enters the shop that you are currently chilling in. He walks in, he takes off his cap. He wears like a farmer's cap. It's like made of straw. Takes it off. Nods to you all, comes over and pretends like he's looking at something. Hello. What's the new plan?
So,
Yep.
um,
About this someplace more private.
This is fine. I have people watching.
alright. Adira, did you want to explain it? I feel like you had the most succinct version. Sorry, my dog is making a lot of noise.
Well, you won't like this, but to be fair, and sorry,
But to be fair, I'm sorry.
so the idea is that we use Iolanthe and a sort of like a thieves meeting. Was that the idea, that we use both?
Like an alliance. Like we leak that there's going to be a meeting between the cups and the swords, but we leak several different locations and kind of send them on a wild goose chase, while also, and he air quotes, kidnap Iolanthe. One sec. Bartley, stop.
So we pretend to...
So,
We pretend to have Iolanthe be kidnapped by the Novum Gladii, and
Yes.
you believe that Friar Rush will work with you. So,
Yes.
and we also think
Friar
as
Rush
well.
and Gossamer would each help would be at one of the 2 locations we would leak.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I don't think Gossamer is going to help you.
I
Well,
don't trust her at all either.
I don't either, but I think we could use her hubris and her greed. I think she wants to run the swords, and I think if we promise her that she can't, I think she would be down for it.
You mean the staves?
Oh, yeah, sorry, the staves. My bad.
The Ultim Vectus. I mean, if you all want to give that a shot, I do think you risk bringing the plan down on its head.
But I also think that we only give her half of the truth.
I don't think we have anything that shows that she dislikes her father, though.
No.
We just know that she doesn't like two of her siblings.
But I think didn't her father want her to give up the face? Or not give up, but...
I think that was just a risk she was running by fighting people. Because we clearly won. We beat all of them.
We beat them.
And she just wanted to keep it because she's...
A fan of it.
Yeah, greedy.
That's what I'm saying. I think we can use that greed against her, I think. And I think if we only tell her half the truth, I think not even tell her that it's a plan for us, but use Friar Rush to get her to take the other sibling there.
Here's what I would say to that. I don't think that we tell her... I think I agree. If we involve her at all, we tell her half the plan. But maybe what we do is try to trade for her the information of where those things are meeting in order to, quote-unquote, get something from her.
That could work.
So, rather than try to be like... Because I think that she'd more want to impress her father than usurp his role.
Well, and if you don't mind, I have an idea.
I would love to hear it.
Yes.
You have a grudge against Goldemar, correct?
Yes, I would very much like to see him dead.
And if you think that Gossamer would want Goldemar out of the picture, maybe...
she seemed to be okay with it.
Maybe you... He is technically her father's second in command. Maybe you convince her that getting rid of him would make that her position.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good one.
And if she thinks, and if she is aware that you and Goldemar want to kill each other, maybe she would believe it.
And it would also look good if she thinks that she's taking down... If we tell her that it's a place where the cups are meeting, then she would think that it would be a good way to, A, write off how he died, and B...
yeah, she could convince...
Better.
She could convince Goldemar to go, and then the cups could ambush them, and she would think that they're ambushing the cups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that would work really well.
you'll have to
I'd
convince...
say we convinced her pretty well. I think Ash consistently kept saying that he wanted to kill Goldemar. So I don't think that will be a problem.
Aye. Sure.
And we did make a pact with her to say that we wouldn't harm her.
That didn't sound like what your full pact was.
On that premises, on the
Well,
actual place, I'm pretty sure.
you'll have to do the convincing of Cassandra, but Skipper will be more than willing to lay a trap for whichever of the siblings Uriel brings, but Uriel won't be as easy to convince if he's Uriel, and if he's Friar Rush, you'll have to tell him other things. And also, if he sees me, he will try to kill me, if he's Friar Rush.
Couldn't
Well,
Iolanthe...
Wasn't Fryrush the one who we talked down?
Friar Rush is Uriel.
I know.
Explain how that works.
Yeah, I know he's two different people, kind of like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind
I think it's DID.
But isn't it... Didn't so in the fight he turned into Friar Rush, and when they were leaving, he was still Friar Rush. He hadn't turned back, and he was the one that we were talking to calmly about. You know, you're a good person.
He
Tell that you're-
only
There.
stays Friar Rush for a few hours. Then. And Pietro
well-
waves his hand in front of his face. He's back to being a child masquerading as an elven man.
Oh, so we did talk to Friar Rush, so we're gonna have to convince L'Oreal.
Oreo.
L'Oreal. Yeah, he is a.
If you want
hair-
to, if you want to convince a shampoo company.
It's like, oh wait, that's why that makes sense. That's why I thought it sounded like that.
Well, so let's say this: you all will speak to Cassandra and try to get in touch with Gossamer. I will talk to Iolanthe and see about having her convince Oriel, and also have her leave the house so that it can seem like she's been captured.
Other thing, Piatra.
I don't think there's much time, so be quick, please.
Just further point of the plan. We were thinking that because we know neither group is going to want the staves to still be around. We were thinking if we told like Friar Rush and Iolanthe that they could lead the staves, because it's going to take convincing that we could, because we're going to be killing their dad. That maybe if you spoke with Cut Me Own Throat about your relationship with Iolanthe, it would be like a meeting of two houses and be a show of we can trust her because of this. And we were also
I
thinking,
will consider it, but I have to leave.
Okay.
You can write down the rest of what you want to tell me and leave it with this shop, and I'll get to it. But that's
Okay.
where we're going to leave tonight's session, everybody. So thank you for watching the Sunken World Saga. We will be back next week with The Lion's Hope. Goodbye.